All right, on to number 3, the Strombo, make an impact with interviews. Now by Strombo, of course, I'm referring to the great Canadian interviewer George Stroumboulopoulos. Got his start on Much Music as a VJ, and then went to CBC The Hour, and then the Strombo Show. And George Stroumboulopoulos has showed us that you can make an impact with interviews. And this is something that I should have realized a long time ago, because I used to earn a paycheck based on the fact that I interviewed other people. I got the chance to interview some really interesting people when I worked as a journalist for Capital News newspaper in Kelowna, such as Ed Robertson from the Bare Naked Ladies and the Hanson brothers from the movie Slapshot. By the way, in that photo, I just asked the two if I could take a photo with them. They were the ones who just grabbed my collar and put up their fists. I guess they're used to doing that pose in every photo. But despite the fact that my paycheck was predicated on me asking questions, I didn't fully understand the value of an interview until I moved over to Remax and I had the chance to meet one agent, Michael Thorne. And those of you who know Michael know he's an incredibly innovative individual with a lot of really great ideas. But one of his concepts early on in 2013 was that he launched a series in North Langley called My 30 Favorite Places in 30 Days. The concept was this: Michael featured various businesses, various community locations and services, and he interviewed those people, and one day at a time, he released these videos. What Michael helped me understand is that interviews allow you to leverage somebody else's knowledge and experience, but especially their audience. So let me explain. One of the biggest challenges that we have on social media is reaching other people. So we could be producing great, killer content, but at the end of the day, it's very difficult to get that content in front of a lot of different people. Take your Facebook business page, for example. You may have 200 people who like or follow your business page, so your content is reduced to that audience, actually only a fraction of that audience, unless one of two things happen. First, somebody shares that content outside to their own timeline or to another group that they're involved with. Or number two, if you put paid dollars or advertisements behind that content to reach a greater audience. Well, interviewing somebody else allows you to hack into this and to reach a greater audience organically. Let me explain. So I want you to think of 10 businesses in your area. Think of the best coffee shop in town, the best place to get a burger, the best place to get a pint. It doesn't have to be food related. The best place to get your car serviced or to get your hair cut. So you make a list of these 10 or 15 or 20 places, and then you plan out to interview these business owners and tell their story. And you can batch these interviews over 3 or 4 days. Now, an important piece here is to make sure that the video quality is good. So if you don't have that skill set, for this process, you may want to hire somebody who can help you produce great video. And then you meet with the business owner. So let's say I'm interviewing Joe of Joe's Coffee Shop. So I'm standing there beside Joe and I say, "Hey everyone, it's Wade Patterson of Remax of Western Canada. Welcome to day 2 of my 10 favorite places in 10 days. Today I'm with Joe of Joe's Coffee Shop. Joe, tell us a little bit about your coffee shop and how you got started here in Kelowna." Joe tells a story, I ask a few more questions, boom, the piece of content is done. So after this interview, I say, "Thanks so much, Joe, for doing the interview. Now you're gonna be my second day in this interview series. I'm gonna post this to social media and I'll tag your business when I do that. If it's okay with you, do you mind sharing that out to your audience?" What's Joe going to say? Joe's going to be thrilled, especially if the video content is good. Here is somebody else raving about how great Joe's business is and how it's the best coffee shop in town. That is going to be fantastic content for him to share. But here's where the value comes in for you. You may only have 200 people who like your Facebook business page, but Joe, if it's the best coffee shop in town, what would he have? 2,000, 3,000? And then you multiply that by all of the different businesses. So this is a great opportunity to reach a greater number of people on social media. So here is the Strombo challenge. Create a minimum 10-day interview series. Now this is the toughest one so far, right? The last two were a little bit easier. This one is one of the most difficult, but sometimes the most difficult challenges are the ones that have the best ROI for us.